Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. YouTube, what is good? It's your boy, Nate Reacts, aka Nate Plays, man. And we are here with the official 2K23 My Player Builder Complete Breakdown, man. Just dropped like 20 minutes ago or so. It's by Joe Knows, man. Back-to-back videos from Joe Knows, man. I know people really want to see this as well, man. Yesterday I was talking about how we really wanted to see the My Player, not the My Player Builder, but the gameplay and stuff like that. I think more than anything, people want to see this new no pie chart stuff. I heard that it's gonna have the same builder system on current gen and next gen, so that's also good as well, man. I really want to see what this is talking about. No pie charts? Hey, don't let us get cheesy up in here with these builds, man. I might have to come out with a small forward, but we gotta see first, man. We gotta see first, see what's cooking up right here, man. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. Also, another thing, man, I am not going to be pausing this video because let's X out, man. As you guys can see, this thing is bro, look at this. It's 29 minutes, bro. Come on, man. Yeah, bro. Yeah. We're not pausing this video. We're not pausing this video, man. But let's go ahead and get into it, man.
The NBA
we might have to break this down as well.
My Player Builder Reveal Breakdown, whatever you want to call it, man. We have a ton of information for you today, okay? There is so much info in here. It's gonna take me a while. I don't know how long this video is gonna end up being, but it's gonna take a while, all right? So grab a drink, grab your popcorn. It's gonna be a lot of info, okay?
What this has to say.
Now, last video I said 25,000 likes. Y'all hit that in less than 10 hours, I think, or something around. We're going for the big one today. 50,000 likes on this video. Drop a like on it, man. Make sure you guys subscribe if you're new.
Hey,
we're like,
make sure I like.
Only a couple thousand away from a million, man.
Yes, sir.
So make sure y'all drop a like on the video, all right? 50,000 likes on this video. And what I'll do is I'll have one more surprise for you before the game actually comes out. What I plan to do, if y'all get this video to 50,000 likes, is after this video, I'm dropping this. This is at 3 o'clock. You're watching this probably. Or just after, whenever you got out of work, whatever. What I plan to do is I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna stream and allow you guys to ask me any questions you may have about the builder, maybe something I didn't address in this video. So 50,000 likes and I will stream tonight and you guys can ask me anything you want about the builder. I'll answer everything I possibly can. And yeah, we'll have a good time, we'll chill out. Maybe I'll hit 1 million on stream, but the way it's looking, I think I might actually hit it before I'm able to stream because I'm not gonna be able to stream during the day tomorrow. I got some stuff going on. But either way, man, it's crazy. It's let me stop talking. Let's get it. Just drop a like, subscribe if you guys are new. Let's get right into the builder, man. NBA 2K23 My Player Builder. Now listen, this is how it's gonna work. We are going to break things down into segments because I don't want to just skip all over the place and like forget stuff. So I broke it down into segments. So just because maybe in segment 2 I'm talking about something, you have a question, don't think I'm not going to answer it later in the video because I broke it down into sections. I start with like attributes and things I noticed, how they tie into each other, what affects what, and then I go into badges and then how you equip badges with tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and core badges. And there's all this stuff that intertwines with each other, so just be patient, all right? Like I said, it's gonna take a little while to get through this, but there's so much info. I can't wait, man. So let's get right into it. Without further ado, the NBA 2K23 My Player Builder. In this video. Okay, let's take a brief overview look at everything, and then we'll start breaking the builder down in detail, okay? So that menu is not the real menu. That's just the community day demo menu, whatever. But you get 10 player slots still. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, after you do your vitals and all of that, you put your attributes up. Anyone that's familiar with the 2K22 next gen builder, this looks very similar, right? But I promise you, it is so different. Stick around, you will not be disappointed, okay? After upgrading your attributes, you'll see on the right, you can see specific badge levels that you're able to unlock, also the tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3 badges. Now, after that, you have to go in and equip your badges. Again, tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 , and core badges. There's a bunch of new things in this aspect here.
I know people
all
are gonna be
the categories,
that. I know for a
finishing,
fact.
shooting, playmaking, defending, just like normal, but now you have core badges, you have different badge levels, different tiers of badges, including those badge levels. There's a lot of complexity to this one, so this is going to take up a big little chunk of the video later on, so definitely stick around so you understand what's going on with the badges this year. After that, you have the choice 3v3 or 5v5 build testing. That's a nice little thing they added in, because I think before it was always just 5v5, but now you can do 3v3, so you got a little bit more space. Only thing that I still don't like is the fact that you can't really pick animations besides your jump shot. But for the most part, I mean, hey, you can at least see how the build feels a little bit. You know, look at, you know, like laying it up on towns, catching lobs. There's a bunch of, you know, you can test it out a little bit, but it's not anything, you know, really indicative of what you're gonna see when you take your player to the park. All right, let's get into it, man. So first thing I'm gonna say is the builder, from what I am told, is the same on both current and next gen. We only got to play next gen, so I am 100% sure this is the builder on next gen. But from what I'm told, the builder is exactly the same on next and current gen, okay? Or old gen and new gen, I think is what we're calling it now. So that's gonna be the first thing I'm gonna say, get that out of the way so that y'all understand that. Now, let's move on. Okay, similar to the 2K22 builder, attributes are not solo, they are heavily connected. They were connected in 2K22 Next Gen Builder, but now they are heavily connected. I'll explain that in a second, but the basics remain when it comes to attributes. They're affected by height, weight, wingspan. Now, those of you watching this that are really locked in and you're really paying attention to what's going on the screen, you might have noticed that wingspan does not affect your ball handling this year. So anyone that was asking me about our tall ball handler is going to be viable, our tall .4 is going to be viable, I think they absolutely are. Obviously, we have to wait and see for the gameplay, but in terms of attributes, yes, because wingspan does not affect your ball handling. Now, there is one exception to this that I'm going to show you right now on the screen. Wingspan does not affect your ball handle if you are 6'10 and below. That is what I found out. 6'11 and taller, so 6'11, 7 foot, 7'1, 7'2, 7'3, wingspan does affect your ball handling. But 6'10 and below, wingspan does not. So that is something cool for you guys that, you know, want to make taller ball handlers. You don't have to go small arms this year.
We're going to be cheesing out with these builds. I can already just see
even with a maxed out wingspan. But as you can see at 6'11, it does impact the ball handle rating. 6'10 and below, you're good to go. Now, as I was saying, attributes work together more than ever before. If you look on this screen right here, I'm on close shot, right? Do you see everything on the screen that's highlighted in yellow, right? So you got close shot, driving layup, driving dunk, post control, mid-range, free throw, vertical. Those are all things that are affected just by raising your close shot. Now, you probably have to upgrade it to a certain point for some of those other bars to start going up, but you'll notice sometimes 4, 5, 6 other bars go up when you put up one attribute. So for example, I put my 3-point shot right here up to 99. You notice your mid-range and your free throw also go up. Now, even though you see that the close shot is not highlighted in yellow, that's because it's not directly linked to 3-point shot, but it is indirectly. What I mean by that is you put your 3-point shot up, your mid-range goes up. Mid-range is connected to close shot. So since your mid-range went up all the way to an 84, your close shot then goes up. Just because you put your 3-point shot up, you also now have mid-range, free throw, and close shot up. You're gonna notice this is a very big trend when it comes to attributes in this game. Now we're gonna do the same thing with ball handling, and check this out. This is incredible, man. So we're gonna put our ball handle up to 99, and look how many things go up. We are already at a 97 overall. And all we did on the meters here, we put our 3-pointer and our ball handle to 99. So this is the first thing I tested, because I was like, you know, 2K22 Next Gen, this is what everyone was doing. They were making small guards with 99.3, really, you know, high 90s ball handle, high 90s speed with ball, 90-something excel, 90-something speed, 90-something stamina. You know, they had all these 90-something attributes. You know, it was just such a souped build. Now look at it. All I did was put up my ball handle and my 3-point, and I'm already 97 overall. I really can't put anything else up on the build, so you're gonna have to be much smarter in the way you upgrade your attributes, because so many attributes now are linked, whether it's directly or indirectly, as we said.
Hey, I'm sorry, this is the one time I'm gonna pause this. So I think what he's saying is, so when you upgrade, let's say you upgrade your 3-point, the close shot, your mid-range and stuff like that, that also goes up. Yo, that is actually, that's good right there. Yo, hey man, already I'm seeing W's already for the my player builder. I'm seeing straight dubs.
You put your ball handle up, your layup goes up, your excel, your ball, speed with ball, your pass accuracy, your regular speed. Like, there's so many things that go up. It's so expensive to put these attributes into the 90s. And you're gonna see how this all ties in with badges and stuff too. It's very, very complex, and you're gonna have to be a lot smarter in how you put your attributes up. That was the first thing I wanted to test, was those small guards, because that's what really ran 22 Next Gen. There was all these 5'8", 5'10 guards with 99.3, 90-something ball handle, as I said, just probably like 6, 7 categories with 90+ attributes. As you can see, That's not going to be the case this year. Now, as I was just saying, I wanted to test the guards because that's what ran the game, but I'm thinking back to my center, right? My center had 99 close shot, 99 standing dunk. It had like high 80s, 90s post control. It had free throw, good pass accuracy, 95 interior defense, maxed out steal, maxed out 97, 99 block, 99 O board, 99 D board, 90 something strength. Like, it's just such a crazy build. Don't worry, they didn't just do this to guards. I checked almost every single position I could and tried to put up the most important attributes. And you're gonna see right here, I'm on a center. There is no way I can get anything close to what my build was like on 2K22 Next Gen. Like, they did a much better job of making it so you gotta pick and choose what you wanna do. And like I said, the complexity of having the badges and everything, you see right here on this build, right? I barely have, I have a 70 something offensive rebound. I don't have any excel, any speed, any stamina. I'm already 98 overall. I don't have any pass accuracy. I can't throw an outlet pass. These builds that we had on 22 are not going to be happening on this game. You're going to have to sacrifice, you're not going to be able to have 99 in all these categories because that means you have nothing. You're going to be a very flawed player. You're going to be, look at this center. Like, this isn't even, the rebounding isn't even good. I have no interior just because I wanted to have, like I did last year with a 99 close shot, 99 standing dunk, and a high post control.
Bro,
I was able to get 97
Look at that,
on the defensive rebound, but outside of that, you don't have any pass accuracy, you don't have any steal, you don't have any block. You have a 70 offensive rebound. Like, you're gonna have to really make adjustments and take some time to think about what you
do. A little bit of
now, it's not just attributes that are tied into each other. It's also badges. Badges are heavily connected to your attributes. Now, anyone that played Next Gen last year, like, you have to have, for example, to get Rim Protector last year, that's not in the game anymore, but to get Rim Protector last year, you had to have a block rating. Now, those of you that played current gen, that wasn't the case. You could have 25 block and still get Rim Protector chase down. On Next Gen, that's not how it was. Badges were correlated to attributes. Now, that's the same on this game, but they made it a little bit more complex. So let's look into it. Looking at these badges, right? There are some bronze badges that have no requirement. As you can see right there, to get some of these badges on bronze, there's no requirement. That means no matter what your attributes, you would be able to put these badges on bronze if you wanted to. But then you start to see ratings if you want to get silver, gold, Hall of Fame on, for these badges. But you start to go into these other ones, there's no free bronze badge on these ones. These ones are not only require a rating, but start to look at how many badge points some of these badges cost. I mean, just to get a tier 3 bronze badge, it's five badge upgrades. To get a Hall of Fame badge in tier 3, it's not only very expensive. For example, Posterizer, it's 99 driving dunk, 8 badge upgrades to get it on Hall of Fame. Like, these are very, very expensive. To get the elite attributes, it's very expensive in terms of, your overall goes up a lot. But also to get the elite Hall of Fame level tier 3 badges, man, they are expensive, not only attribute-wise, but also badge upgrade-wise. Now, if you notice, the other badges, you have the bronze badges highlighted. The other ones are kind of grayed out. That means you just don't have the attribute upgraded enough. It means you can unlock it, but you don't have the attribute high enough to unlock it. But you see, right here with Rise Up, it's completely blacked out. That means no matter what you do, your build does not qualify for that badge. So Rise Up, it says you have to be 6'4" or taller. This build is 6'3".
So there's so many things that come into
play. So if
you're
looking at your build
with this,
see any blacked out badges, that means no matter what, you're not gonna be able to get that badge. All right, so just look out for that. But outside of that, as you can see, the really good badges, the badges they classify as tier 3, they're very, very expensive. Now, as I was just saying, the really good badges, the meta badges, let's say Limitless Range, badges like handles for days. Not only, like I was just saying, they're very expensive attribute-wise, but they're very expensive badge-wise. Let's take a look at some of these badges, right? For example, like I said, Limitless Range. Just to get it on silver, it's an 85 3-point rating, and it's 6 badge upgrades to get it on silver. 92 for gold, 99 for Hall of Fame. And this isn't the only one. These tier 3 badges that they classify as really valuable badges, look at handles for days. 85 ball handle for silver, 94 for gold, 99 for Hall of Fame, and again, 6 badge upgrades, 7 badge upgrades.
They're trying to make people grind real hard.
Now I want you to think about this. Mike Wang talked about how they not only made it so certain dribble animations, like let's say Trae Young, Steph Curry, those are 92 ball handle, right? You have to have 92 ball handling to unlock all the dribble moves this year. Mike Wang put a tweet out about that. He didn't tell me in person or anything. He put a tweet out about that if you missed it. So now look at these badges again. Handles for days. Even with a 92 ball handling, you're only gonna have silver handles for days. You unlock every dribble animation, but you only get silver handles for days. You would have to upgrade your ball handle a couple more up to 94 to get gold. 99 for Hall of Fame. That is crazy. Let's check out a couple of these other ones. Hall of Fame Interceptor is now crazy. 99 steel, right? 99, last year it was 90. Now it's 99. You have to have a maxed out steel rating just to get Hall of Fame Interceptor. Now, for example, clamps, 97 perimeter for Hall of Fame, 92 perimeter for gold, 86 perimeter for silver. Last year, it was 85 perimeter for gold. Now it's more expensive just to get it on silver.
They're really trying to make you grind it out.
Really good badges are very, very expensive, not only attribute-wise, but also badge-wise. Now, as I said, there's a lot of info in here, so I hope I'm not confusing you guys. I hope I'm explaining it really, really well, but let's continue to move on, all right? So let's talk about badge costs related to tiers, okay? I know it's very complex. It's kind of like I'm nerding out right now, all right? I love this type of stuff, but let's check it out, all right? So badge costs relating to tiers. So every Hall of Fame badge you can unlock does not cost the same. A tier 3 Hall of Fame badge is less expensive than a tier 2 Hall of Fame badge, tier 3 Hall of Fame badge. All right, so check it out. Tier 1 Hall of Fame badges are 4 badge upgrades. Tier 2 Hall of Fame badges are 6 badge upgrades, and Tier 3 Hall of Fame badges are 8 badge upgrades, okay? So this is not only related to Hall of Fame, it's all levels, right? The Tier 1 bronze is cheaper than a Tier 2 bronze, than a Tier 3 bronze, etc., all the way up to Hall of Fame. And this is for every badge category. It's not just like that was just shooting. No, it's the same in playmaking, defense, finishing, wherever you go. You're gonna have to
there is a lot
really look into how much things cost, how much attributes you need to unlock certain badge levels,
8 upgrades,
all those types of things, man. It's really going to be complex in terms of getting the correct badges available to your build. And we haven't even talked about how to equip these badges because it is a pretty complicated process now. It's not just like you could slap on whatever you want because you have 40 shooting badges, you know what I mean? Last year, you had people with 40 shooting, 40 playmaking, 15 finishing, 15 defense. Like, it doesn't look like you're getting that many badges, and they're more expensive this year. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is badge tiers change, okay? And just listen. So, for example, a 7'3" center and a 6'6" shooting guard have different badge tiers for the same badge. So, for example, a 7'3" center, slithery finisher, is going to be tier 1. It's not very valuable. A 7'3" center doesn't need slithery finisher, so it's going to be a tier 1 badge. You know, it's even if you want it on Hall of Fame, which a 7'3" center can't get.
So it depends
on
the size.
It's only going to be tier 1 cost,
the amount
which is
of tiers.
4 badge upgrades to get it on Hall of Fame. But a 6'6" shooting guard, slithery finisher, is a very valuable badge.
And that's about the build that I plan on making. That's pretty close to
and get layups,
like
get dunks.
6'6",
It's a very valuable badge. So it's going to be a tier 3 badge. It's going to cost 8 badge upgrades to get it on Hall of Fame. So the game, from what I noticed, the game separates tier, where to put the badges depending on height. So for example, check out these screenshots. So for example, this first one, as you can see in the top right corner, it's a 6'9" player. Clamps is a tier 2 badge. This screenshot is a 6'8" player. Clamps is now a tier 3 badge. So if you want to get it on, you know, both of them on silver, it's going to be more expensive on the 6'8" player because the game is looking at it like a 6'8" player, that is a more valuable badge than to a 6'9" player. Now, listen, I don't know if it's exactly only based on height, but from what I think it's mainly height.
I think it's weight too.
Like I said, the
185 to like 225.
The 7'3" center doesn't need it. The 6'6" player, it's valuable. So for the 6'6" player, it's going to cost more than for the 7'3" player. I think it makes sense. It is a little complicated, but I think you know, if you really listen to what I'm saying, I think you understand what I mean. The next kind of new addition I noticed was that the same badge can unlock with different attribute upgrades. I'm trying to think back to the old builders. I don't think this was ever a thing with any of the next gen builders. But basically what I mean by that is let's look at some of the badges here. You're gonna look at quick first step. This was always related to speed with ball. Like last year, you had to have a certain speed with ball to get quick first step. Now, as you can see, you can unlock this with post control, ball handle, or speed with ball. So if any of those 3 attributes meet the required level for that badge tier, you'll be able to get it. So there's more than one way to unlock certain badges, which I think makes it better in terms of balancing positions, because certain positions, it was just impossible for them to get that rating to unlock it. You know, for example, this one right here, unpluckable. It used to only be related to ball handle. Now it's related to post control or ball handle. So let me give you a big man's perspective on this from, like, let's say last year's game, for example, 22 next gen. You could not get unpluckable. So you would get a rebound and people would spam you, you'd lose the ball. You would, you know, be posting up, even with 99 post control, right? Back to the basket. If the dude guarding you had a high steal and he pressed X, he's gonna pluck you. Like a very high percentage of the time on next gen. Because you have no unpluckable, you have no ball handle rating, that's all that matters.
Turnovers
now they're saying, okay, a big man with 25 ball handle, I'm sure if you're dribbling up the court with 25 ball handle and a guy with a high steal presses X, he's probably gonna steal it from you. But if you're in the post, right, and you're backing somebody down, you have high post control, they're not just gonna rip it from you. It's like, think about a great center, like, I don't know, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. If the dude's bringing the ball up the court, he's probably not a great ball handler, right? So you can strip him. But if he's in the post, you're not just gonna pluck him. The dude knows how to protect the ball in the post. So I think it's actually smart to add different attributes to unlock the same badge, because it has to fit different positions, if that makes sense. Now I'm sure people are gonna be like, oh, post score is gonna be even more OP, blah, 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 blah. But I think from a realism perspective and even a game perspective, I think it makes sense, but I'm not really here to give my opinion. Let's just keep going over the information, okay? Now let's get into the new badge tiers. We've talked about it a little bit, but also core badges. Mike Wayne talked about this. It was kind of confusing, you know, reading it on paper, but now that you're about to see the actual footage, I think it's gonna make a lot of sense, okay? It's still a little complicated, but you'll see. All right, so you finish your build, you pick your takeovers, all that is the same to the last couple of years of next gen, right? Gives you your player comparisons. This screen actually looks a lot better than it did last year, but besides the point, okay? This doesn't matter. I'm just showing you we would get to this point. You're gonna test your build, you're gonna look at your badges, and here we go. As you can see, it shows you what's available. You can put your attribute upgrades, right? You have tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. I have 12 badge points available in finishing. Now, we have to decide, obviously, what levels of badges you're gonna put, what badges you want, etc., etc. But if you look all the way down at tier 3, you're gonna notice something. It's gonna say you have to equip at least 10 badge points between tier 1 and tier 2 before you can use a tier 3 badge. All right, so we're gonna just pick some badges to put on here. You know, we're gonna throw on this, throw on that. Use up the 10 badge points we have to use before we're even allowed to put on a tier 3 badge, all right? So you see we're throwing on some stuff, whatever. It doesn't really matter what we're putting on. It's just for an example here, we have to use 10. You see it counts down on the bottom. You say, so now, we have used the 10, we have 2 left, but now we can't even afford the tier 3 badge. So check this out, we had 12, you have to use 10, so we have 2 left over. Now that the tier 3 badges are available to us, we still can't even afford them. So you have to start to calculate how many badge points you want in a category, because you have to use 10 in tier 1 and tier 2, so if you want any tier 3 badges, you have to make sure you have enough badge upgrades to even equip them after you put the first 10 in tier 1 and tier 2. Now, if that's not complicated enough, now listen to this.
Yeah,
any badge you can afford, you can put as a core badge. You get 1 core badge per category. Okay, finishing, shooting, playmaking, defense. But with this, the core badge costs 0 badge points. But you have to be able to afford the badge to be able to put it as a core. So for example, right there, we can't afford the
why are they making it so hard to just get badges, man? Just give me the badge, bro.
Since we can't afford it, we can't use our core badge on that. So you have to make sure, for example, if you want a Hall of Fame badge in tier 3, you have to have at least 18 badge upgrades in that category. You use your first 10 in tier 1 and tier 2, now you have 8 left over. You can afford that Hall of Fame badge in tier 3, basically get a buy one, get one for free, because you can put the core badge on one of them for free, and then you can buy another tier 3 badge. So let me show you an example of what I'm saying. Okay, so let's go back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rewind back, we're gonna go back, I'm changing my attributes around to give myself more finishing badges, right? Okay, end screen again, upgrade, here we go. Equipping our badges, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna put on 10 in tier 1 and tier 2. This time I'm just putting 2 gold badges in tier 2, so I use my 10. Now, I have 7 left over, right? So I can put on the gold posterizer if I want to, or as you can see, you can press triangle or you can press Y, and that's gonna allow you to put it as your core badge and use 0 badge upgrades to do that, right? So check it out. Just scroll over, I can buy it, and now I have 0 badge points available, or I can core it, use it as my core badge over there on the right side, right? Equip core badges. That costs 0 badge upgrades. I still have my 7, and I can go buy another one like Limitless Takeoff or Bully or Slithery or whatever. So as you can see, attributes not only tie into each other, but they tie into badges to unlock certain levels of badges. And you have to make sure you're getting enough badge upgrades in each category to utilize that core badge. There's a lot of moving parts here. And that's why, like, I had the builder for maybe, well, I was on the tester for maybe 6-7 hours. And I spent most of that in the builder. And I still feel like there's so much stuff I can learn. Like, there's so many intricate parts about how things tie into each other and making sure you get the right level of badge you want and making sure you have enough badge upgrades to put on that level. Like I said, to be able to use the core badge on a really high value tier 3 badge, you have to have enough upgrades left over to be able to unlock that tier 3 badge regularly. Otherwise, you can't use the core badge on it. There's a lot of moving parts here, and it's definitely going to make this really interesting build. And I feel like, think about it. Maybe somebody watching this video is your first time playing 2K. This is a lot. Like, yeah. I'm a builder head. Like, you guys know I make 20 plus builds every year. This is a lot for me. Like, someone that's not used to making builds, man, this is a lot of info, okay? I got a couple more things to show you. Let's move on. Now, when it comes to takeover, people were asking, it's basically the same as next gen has been the last 2 years. On current gen, you would only have the 1 takeover you could pick. On next gen, it's been like this for a while. There's like 2 to 3 different types of takeovers per like category, like glass cleaning, as you can see, has 3 takeover types. Rim has 3 takeover types. I think post scoring is the only one that has 4 takeover types. Sharp only has 2, etc., etc. You can choose a primary, you can choose a secondary takeover, you can do same exact badge, you can do different badges. And if it is like last year, which I don't know if it is, this is not permanent. So any current gen players watching this video, I know on current gen, once you pick your takeover, that's it. On next gen, you can change your takeovers. It was called Mamba Mentality badge. You could, once you unlock that, you could change your takeovers to anything that your build is accessible to. So like that build had like, what did it have? Sharp, rim, and glass. At any point, I could change between those 3. I can't change to a takeover that my build doesn't have the capability of unlocking. So as you can see, this builder is based off of the 22 next gen builder for sure, but they definitely changed a lot. They refined a lot. They made it a lot more intricate. Things are more expensive. Yeah. You're not able to make as crazy a builds. You're really like, I get a sense that like if you want 99 in a category, you're either going to be terrible at almost everything else, or like you really have to just make a role player. Like if you want a 99 3 ball, as you saw, I went 99 3, 99 ball handling, the build was done. It was a 97 overall. I could barely upgrade anything else. I could put like 20 attributes in one category and that's it. That's with no finishing, no defense, no like 65 pass accuracy. Like that build's garbage. You can't do 99 in like 2, 3, 4, 5 categories like you could last year. You really got to be more balanced. You got to be more smart. You know, if you do want 99 in a category, you're gonna be a specialist. I feel like you're gonna be like a real 3-point specialist. One thing, and then everything else should be kind of average. So you got to do a little bit of everything. I feel like this year we'll have to wait and see. I could be wrong, but I feel like this year silver badges and gold badges are gonna be very, very good. You're gonna see like all around builds that are like kind of like, I don't want to say dominant builds, but like builds that can kind of do a mix of everything. They're going to be rocking with gold and silver badges for the most part because one, you're not going to put your attributes high enough to get Hall of Fame badges and still have a balanced build for the most part. And two, the Hall of Fame badges are so expensive, especially in tier 3. Like if you have, let's say 20 playmaking badges and you get a tier 3 Hall of Fame badge, that's 8 badge upgrades. You only have 12 badge upgrades left to put on stuff. Now, some things that did cross my mind that maybe you're thinking about right now, we have to wait and see like what the level 40 rewards were. Last year, you would get 1 extra badge upgrade. If that's the same thing, it will help, but it's not gonna make a huge difference. Maybe the legend reward this year, like in past years, you would get 10 badge upgrades per category. If that's a thing, that would change the game. Like you hit legend, you get 10 per category. That's game changing. Now all of a sudden you could put on 3 or 4 tier 3 badges. That's going to change, like your build's going to be like super good compared to other people's builds. There's a lot of question marks with this, but I hope this information did help you, give you an idea of like what you want to make, how to approach it. I know it's a lot of info, man, but I tried to get it in the most clear, concise way possible. So if you haven't already, make sure you drop a like. This video took a lot of work, a lot of time to edit, a lot of time to record. And I'm glad I could bring it to you guys, man. So like I said, 50,000 likes. I'll stream later, answer any questions you may have. Let me know what y'all think about the builder. Definitely something different.
Hey man, W Joe, bro. W Joe, man. This is like a 30-minute video, a lot of information. I think once again, man, if they would have just continued to bring out the demos, man, we would get more of an understanding of what's actually going on instead of like to test it out ourselves, to kind of feel it out for ourselves, kind of like they used to do with like the 2K, I think it was like the 2K18 prelude and stuff. Like, I think the last time they did it was 2K18, if I'm not mistaken. Last time they did a prelude / demo was 2K18. But yeah, man, I mean, this is a lot to unpack. Once again, I think it would have been better if they just would have dropped a demo, considering that, you know, it's a totally different MyPLAYER builder, all that. You know, it's a lot more complex than previous years. But hey, man, it is what it is. Once again, man, this video is pretty long, so I'm probably gonna end up just trimming it down a little bit. You know, just really trying to get to the sweet spot, the sweet spots, the sweet parts and stuff like that. But yeah, man, this is Nate Reacts, aka Nate Plays, signing off, man. If there's any more news, we're gonna react to it. But you know, 2K's coming out in 3 days, really, so I don't think there's gonna be that much more to unpack. I mean, they've already unpacked the gameplay, stuff like that, announcers, the halftime, all that stuff, the GoPro, current gen, storyline. So pretty much everything is unpacked. Now it's just gonna be time to wait. And yeah, man, I'm gonna be ready for, you know, that day one, man. We're probably gonna make a small forward build. That's the plan. Either make a shooting guard or a small forward build. But hey, man, this is Nate Reacts, aka Nate Plays, signing off, man. Love you guys. Peace.